A very good evening to the Indian friends and people in the Middle East and Mauritius. A good afternoon to people in Europe and a good morning to people in North America, although not all everyone, but I think some people will probably have afternoon there as well. But a warm namaste from Ashish here and from ProThoughts. Welcome to this topic about what's next post PMP certification. And this topic is a request from many people who want to know what is the next destination to learn and what are the things they can do to excel in project management. One of the big questions everyone has is agility the next destination post PMP? Does it suit them or not? So we thought that's a pretty relevant topic, and we would like to explore that not only in this webinar, but we will supplement with articles and perhaps another webinar as well. But this will give you a good insight about what's next post PMP certification. So welcome all. My name is Ashish Sadekar, and I am founder of ProThoughts, and I love project management. And this is my ikigai, the Japanese term for that. I love what I do, and even today's webinar is part of that list. So I really love talking with you all on topics related to project management. So thank you once again for all who are joining on this webinar. Okay, so I'm going to talk about, what are the options post PMP certification? A lot of options. And then I'm going to talk about a key question, why the world is going the agile way. And is PMP plus agile a deadly combination? And I'm going to talk about competencies. And then I'm going to talk about different agile options and my 2 cents. Great. The last 15 minutes is for question and answer, and I will encourage all to ask as many questions as they wish. Even during the presentation, I would like to entertain that, and I will have my eye open on the chat window. I will take a call whether to answer right now or I park it for answering at the later stage in the last 15 minutes. Great. Okay. I think there are some people who are joining. Okay, most welcome. This is a little bit about ProThoughts. We are into project management, and that's what we do. So I don't want to take more time into this. We have an exam simulator called ProMock, if that word doesn't understand. So we have exams for all the certifications, and we do certification courses plus our own content in the e-learning format. Lovely. Right, guys, so let's start with today's webinar, okay? And I think this is one of the questions, okay? What we have, Ravindra, please type in the chat if you have anything to say. I will have a look at it, okay? So anyone wants to say anything, please put in the chat. I will have a look at it. Lovely. So what are the options post PMP certification you would like to explore to excel in project management space? Because you come from a background and you choose project management as a function, which is universal, it's omnipresent, it's present in across every domain and every geography. So project management is a key role for organizations to achieve their strategic goals. And as you grow into project management, okay, you want to grow in that function, become an asset for your organization. So what are the options? You become PMP. Okay, PMP is a certification which is a popular certification, which employers also regard pretty highly in the organizations. Okay, and it is said that PMP helps you acts as a catalyst to get jobs, etc. So it is like valued nicely, and therefore many people do PMP certifications. Okay, nowadays people at a younger age do PMP certification than others. But what next? Okay, you have almost half your career left. So what next that you can, okay, do is the question. Okay, so what next is the question that you have to answer. Okay, so one of the things is that there are various options for you to excel in project management post your PMP certifications, right? Certifications helps you. I'm a big proponent of certifications, but certifications definitely is not a must have. Okay, so you can do a lot of things, and the idea is to grow, gain insights, okay, from other people, other insights from other industries, from other practices, and excel and use them in your context, and try to excel in project management. So typically there is a lot of information available on the internet. So that's one thing that you have ready access. You need to choose which is original, authentic information, and you can go for blogs, content, okay, on project management, and then try to figure out, okay, what makes sense. Then there is another quick way to learn on project management, which is webinars, and there are a lot of insights, there are a lot of videos which happen. Now, again, the idea is to rely on a specific, authentic, original content provider, and that's how you will gain more insights into that. Then one other thing is the e-learning, which has 15 minutes to 1 hour. If you want to dwell deep into a particular area like a scope or any other thing like a strategic management, you can go for the specific e-learning course. So various courses are available. Even ProThoughts have certain courses on e-learning that you can excel into, right? These are various things that you can help you grow. Now, if you want a very concrete, okay, uh, knowledge about, okay, one sec. Ravindra, you are raising your hand for a lot many times. I would request you, if you can, it is kind of disturbing me. If you have anything to say, please put it in the chat window and I can understand what you have to say. If it's a technical error, I would suggest you to re-log in, please. Great. Okay. Other than these options that you have, okay, if you want a concrete knowledge, okay, which is bundled into a certification, there are various certifications that you can explore. Like there are some higher certifications like a PGMP and a PFMP from PMI, even from Axelos now, which is People Cert, okay, you will have MSP. There are higher certifications which talk about, okay, strategic alignments, okay, benefits realization at a strategic level for the top management or for the senior leadership or for aspirants who want to go into senior leadership or top management. There are higher certifications that you can explore. Other certifications which are currently in vogue, okay, are Agile certifications, and there are plenty of popular ones, and I'm going to explore a couple of them as we move ahead. Now, Agile has its roots into Lean. Okay, Agile has its roots into Lean, and there are other areas that you can explore like a Lean, Kanban. They have their own certification. You can build a knowledge, use it in your workplace. Okay, so you can use the knowledge and use it in the workplace. So you can use this knowledge about uh, no lean Kanban and use this knowledge about in the workplace. So there is plenty of options that you have to explore post PMP, but all depends on your context, where you are and where you want to go. Even certification journey is where you are, what kind of personality you are, where you want to go. Okay, there are a lot of factors on that. Like I said, certifications does help in my career, and okay, it okay help okay it helps us to move forward. So it has helped my career. It has given me plenty of knowledge besides the credentials that you can portray on the LinkedIn, for that matter. But I think it gives you a bundle of knowledge which you can practice in your workplace. So you can gain the knowledge through other means, you can get the knowledge through this as well. So it's very focused, and you can use that. Employers understand the value of certification, right? So you need to understand the context, where you are positioned and where you want to go, and whether this certification will help you or not, right? Now we have plenty of options. We understood the context. Let us a little understand about agile. Okay. Now, agile is probably overused term according to me. People, every organization, and in the recent last 1 year or so, I have seen many organizations. No, I have interacted with, and they have said that we want to go agile. Okay. The reason is that they wanted a faster delivery or be more productive. Okay, these are some of the reasons I hear, and which is not really agile or agility. Agility doesn't talk about productivity. Okay, it is quicker, sooner delivery, but that doesn't mean faster as well, right? So there is some kind of understanding about what is agile and what are these methods that you have for using agile. I don't know, does that help? There is a difference between adoption of agile adoption, and agile transformation. I written a blog, I had done a webinar on that. I think you should go and listen and hear, or read the blog about the differences, and I think it will be a good value add for you guys. It's there on the ProThoughts site or on the ProThoughts YouTube channel. But I think there is a need for agility, because agility thrives in an environment which is very highly ambiguous, which I mean that the environment you have multiple options available, but you do not know which option is the right one. Similar to your PMP, you have many options, but you do not know which is the right one to you. That is an ambiguous situation. So your business workplace has become more ambiguous over a period of time, and more uncertain as well. And in this, your waterfall or your serial or your old methods of project management may not survive beyond a point. Therefore, agile, or no, we call it learning loops or learning methods, have become more prominent. Okay, one word is agile, other word is lean. But the idea is that if you do learning based methods, where you learn something and then reiterate, iterate till you get it right, makes a lot of sense. And if you do it in a short loops, that helps to get the feedback sooner and deliver quicker. And that's what typically are all agile methods. By the way, there are more than 100 agile practices, right? Out of that, there are 4 or 5 which are popular one, like a Scrum or a Discipline Agile or Safe or a Prince 2 or whatever, because of their muscle power or whatever. But there are many practices available. Okay. And every practice, if they're around, means they have worked somewhere or the other. So the practices have worked. Okay. The practice is not on paper. Okay. People have worked and therefore it has come on paper. So it has worked to an extent somewhere. So we are living in this world of VUCA, which is volatile, uncertain, complex, ambiguous. And here, your performance-based method like project management, which is in the older form, may not work beyond a point, and therefore you may want to have, okay, a method like a learning-based method, right? And that's where the organization realize and they want to make that transformation. So there is a thing of rapid change and adoption. People want to pivot very easily, very swiftly, and that's what is needed in the current world or in the future world as we go. Okay, we need faster decision making. Okay, without there is either no data for this or there is lot of data, optimum data, and that's why analytics has helped, because that has also thrived, because there are a lot of data, then the analytics gives that insight. Okay, if you have seen, I have worked with an analytics firm called SAS. It's the Fortune number one company before I did ProThoughts. And when I joined, and now I think the analytics business has boomed. Okay, so that's what is needed. And clients also, okay, are become demanding. The organization become demanding. They want it to be right. Competition is high. Okay, and there is higher cost of delays. You want to reduce it. And pandemic, fortunately, unfortunately, has accelerated this whole phenomena of agility. People have started working from home. The boundaries have become lesser. Okay, the working globally has changed the mindset. There are a lot of factors which has, okay, propelled agility, and therefore the world is going towards agile. PMP, our popular thing, also has inculcated the agile way of working, and it has introduced the agile in the sixth as well as seventh. So you will see a lot of agility there as well, right? So that is what is happening, right? Yeah, Krista said, can you repeat the abbreviation VUCA? Super. Yeah, sure. VUCA stands for volatile, V for volatile, U for uncertain, C for complex, A for ambiguity. Right. Vijay, I'll try to answer your question probably at the end of the session. Okay, I'll try to do that if you have time there. Okay. So this is what is the world is going agility. Now, this with this in the background, let us understand. Okay, in a very short thing, and I'm going to scratch the surface. I'm going to fly at 60,000 feet high level. Okay, there is more to this than possibly what I have done, but I'll tell you why I'm doing this. Okay. When you do agility, one key role is the Scrum Master, okay, which is probably many people, many project managers identify themselves with. Okay, he's not really a project manager because he's not the accountable or controlling nature which the project managers has. Okay, and I believe that this role may undergo a change with the years in terms of the responsibilities. Okay, and this is something which can be explored in a better detail as we go along the agility route. But what the Scrum Master does is typically he is a facilitator between the business and the team who is building the business requirements. He's a great facilitator. It's not a post boy or something like his coordinator. He's a facilitator, and that means that he is setting expectations across the different islands that you will find in your organization. Typically, a good Scrum Master would be great with the soft skills, and soft skills are not only communication skills, but there are a lot of this tacit skills that come along with communication. Okay, the tacit skills might be resolving conflicts, for example, emotional intelligence, for example. To build a high performance team, you require that kind of soft skills. And the third important part, he is a coach, and as a coach, I think coach. I think one of the main ingredients. This is what I feel about a coach, is he that coaching. Okay, a coach has a lot of wisdom, and that wisdom comes from experience. uh, I don't think a coach, by doing a certification or by early in his career, can become a coach because he has not seen many things to interpret things. Generally, I would find a coach who has a lot of experience, and from his experience, is trying to build things. Okay, so his illustration interpretation skills are pretty good, and he knows when to step in, step out. These are kind of your Scrum Master competencies. And if you look at our traditional project manager competencies, okay, it's accountability. Okay, it's a great ownership that he demonstrates, uh, uh, no, across the project. Okay, he's great on the communication skills, and even no, I would not say entirely on the soft skills. Okay, okay. So this is, he has great communication skills, but may not be the entire soft skills. So he is good in setting expectations everywhere. Okay, no, no following up, etc. So he is putting the stakeholders updated. Okay, listening with them, aligning with them to get the project objectives achieved. Okay, I think a project manager, in my mind, has a great business acumen as well. Okay, he understands, okay, the environment to apply his project techniques. I think that's a good thing about a project manager. Okay, he tailors his way of working as per the business environment. Right now, I'm going to have, okay, this something is one of my, okay, uh, customers, or you can call it a friend, okay, who has become a friend, and we work together. He's doing a thesis. Okay, is PMP plus Scrum Master the competency, is it a deadly combination, or it is not going to work? Okay, is something like a competencies of PMP manager, can it be mapped to Scrum Master? For example, if I have some three competencies of PMP, okay, and Scrum probably requires some five competencies. Okay, this two from PMP can be mapped to Scrum, and I can actually build one or two more to become a Scrum Master. Can it be mapped easily, or the inherent competencies of PMP and Scrum Master make him a little asset in a company? So this is something which we need to explore. This is not my topic of discussion, but I would like to take this topic as well, because this is something which many people would have a question, that the competencies of project management, can can it naturally be mapped to the competency of Scrum Master? The immediate answer is no, but I would imagine that might make a deadly combination, a lethal combination, an asset for the company if we do the right, fill in the right gaps. Okay, and that's how the world is going to go. Okay, so this is something which is something to put on a discussion. But right now, there are a lot of project managers who want to be a Scrum Master. Okay, that's how the organization going, that's how the world is going. Now, putting this context, okay, of doing this, okay, as the world is going in Agile, so what are the options that the project manager can have in Agile? Right, what are the options that the project manager have in Agile? So I think Mr. Prasad had this question that, if you can tell us how it is useful for a PMP certified guy. This is this whole session is only for the PMP certified guy, Prasad. Okay. We are talking about what are the options the PMP certified guy has. And as the world is going towards agile, there are many options in the agility world as well for a project manager to learn and grow and become successful in his career or excel. I would talk success is a word, no, which is like a very subjective and no thing. I would call it excel, okay, in project management. So that's something which I would like to put it across to you. What are your options? Okay, and I think this is something which you should consider if you want to excel in project management. These are your options post the PMP, which are having a higher probability than other options. So what are the options that you have? So first option is disciplined agile. It comes from PMI. I'm going to show you a video about disciplined agile. And then I'm going to talk about all the other options. I'm going to compare all the options and give you my 2 cents on these options. Here's the video.
The best, most complete toolbox in the world won't be much use if you can't find the right tool for the job at hand. That's why most professional mechanics use those big rolling metal tool chests with multiple drawers and half a ton of capacity. They enable mechanics to find just the tool they need when they need it, without having to waste time. Disciplined Agile works the same way. Its process blades have been organized into 4 layers. The foundation layer provides the conceptual underpinnings of the Disciplined Agile toolkit. This includes the principles, promises, and guidelines of the Disciplined Agile mindset. Fundamental concepts from both Agile and Lean. Fundamental concepts from serial traditional approaches, roles and team structures, and the fundamentals of choosing your way of working. The next layer up is the Disciplined DevOps layer, where DevOps is the streamlining of solution development and operations. Disciplined DevOps is an enterprise-class approach to DevOps. It includes disciplined agile delivery, security, data management, release management, support, and IT operations. As we move up, the next layer is the value stream layer. The value stream layer works to achieve business agility, the quick realization of business value predictably, sustainably, and with high quality. 3 are unique to the value stream layer: portfolio management, product management, and program management. It shares research and development, business operations, strategy, governance, marketing, continuous improvement, and sales with the next layer up, which is the Disciplined Agile Enterprise layer. The Disciplined Agile Enterprise layer focuses on the rest of the enterprise activities that support an organization's value streams. It includes enterprise architecture, people management, information technology, asset management, transformation, finance, vendor management, and legal. So, there you go, a Disciplined Agile toolbox, complete with drawers, or in this case, layers, to keep things organized. So you can find exactly what you need to address the challenges you face, when you need it, without having to waste time.
So disciplined agile, okay, it was a short 2-minute video, okay, and I had shown this video in my previous webinars as well. This has a great backing from PMI, and it is focused or designed for achieving agility across the organization. So it talks about strategies and options and practices not only for the team who is developing a solution, but for every function in your organization, which is an asset for your organization, like a marketing, sales, legal, procurement. So it discusses about the strategies and practices and options for all the functions in your organization, because it believes that, okay, if you want to achieve true agility, all the people in your organization should be practicing agility, not a single team or not a single function like development. So I think that's what is the essence, and it has a lot of things, okay, very intensive knowledge on disciplined agile. Okay, these are the certification of disciplined agile, okay, which this is the master level certification of Discipline Agile coach and value stream consultant, which has launched recently last month in the US, and I'm going to do the certifications in the next week. But this is what is the journey of disciplined agile. Okay, I'm going to now talk about the advantages from my point of view, whatever I see as advantages and disadvantages of different options that I will now project for you, right? So disciplined agile is one of the options. I'm going to take popular options. So I'm going to talk about disciplined agile. I'm going to talk about certified Scrum Master. I'm going to talk about safe agilist. I'm going to talk about Prince to Agile. Okay, so these are the four options I have chosen for today, right? And these are the most popular option to go for after you do your PMP certification. So this is if you're considering agile certification. So like I said, discipline agile is positioned for achieving organizational agility, and it's not a framework. It is okay it is a toolbox. That we said toolbox means it provides you the right tools so that you can select the right practice. So it covers almost, it leverages all the practice, including lean, scrum, and a lot of other practices which are available in the industry. It leverages almost every practice and tells you which practice, given your context, will be useful for you. So that's a great thought, and that's a great idea to be executed. Okay, so that's something. If it's executed well, okay, you don't have to worry about which practice I need to do next. Okay, you are okay away from your process overheads, which practice, which methodology I need to do, right? Every apex organization, like example Spotify, it's one of the Europe's largest company. It has grown well. It uses agility, and they change their practice. They continuously improve, change the way they work, and some practices work for them 2 years back may not work for them now. So they constantly evolve themselves. Okay, disciplined agile is a great toolkit to help evolve your way of working, and continuously improve and be effective in your workings for your team and across the organization. So if you see the advantages, it it has studied all the practice, leverages all the practices, helps you to become effective with a guided continuous toolkit. It gives you various options, do not limit you to one practice. It is works for the team as well as for the organization, and it is designed to provide agility for the organization. So I think it is positioned pretty well. Okay, and it's a product from PMI. So PMI, with is backing the network, influencing the organization. I think that's a great advantage for disciplined agile. The disadvantages, so in essence, disciplined agile tells you how to fish or how to cook. Okay, but sometimes you don't want to know how to cook or how to fish, right? You want a dish with you. Okay, you want a fish to be eaten, right? You want the fish to be eaten. Okay, and therefore you want a plate served in front of you. So it is not a prescribed methodology like a Scrum, which is a great thing to start, and is very detailed. All the disciplined agile gives Scrum and has a life cycle called Scrum, and puts that option for you, but it's not a framework. Now, because it's new, it hasn't had that success stories which other practices have, because it's a newer in the market, right? Like I said, it does not give you the magic potion, but tells you how to create. If you have the patience, it tells you how to create one, and that will be unique for your organization. Given the vast intensive knowledge, it can be confusing at the start to implement it and may require the initial handover. This is as per me, I think so. Compared to say a CSM, it can be expensive. It is comparable to a SAFE because it's positioned at organizational level. So this becomes your advantages and disadvantages of a disciplined agile option. SAFE as an option, okay, it's a proven case study. It is a framework, it's prescribed. So it's like a dish served to you, what exactly you need to do. The tailoring is very limited as compared to DA. So if you wish to have a spoon feeding, okay, wish to have that this should work for me, okay, I don't know what is going to work, what is the right thing, and someone wants to tell me, no, I don't want to explore what is the best fit for me, and I am ready to go whatever the consultant tells. Probably SAFE is a better option. Okay. So it may not cater to all the types of organization, doesn't provide strategy or an option to all the functions as a DA. Okay. And if you see, the framework and prescription base can be an advantage and disadvantage. Depends on the context which you have, what you are looking out for. So depending on that, it can be an advantage as well as a disadvantage. SAFE as an implementation certification option for a project manager is a little expensive. It's in the range, okay, of the DA, disciplined agile, and not in the range of CSM or Prince2. Right? So SAFE, okay, is a different option altogether. Now this is CSM is the most popular option. CSM is the most popular option, and I think it has witnessed a phenomenal growth in the last decade, and it's growing as well. So CSM or Scrum is a good starting point for Agile because it is a prescriptory in nature. It tells you exactly like a doctor tells you need to do these 5 things. There are 5 ceremonies to follow. You need to do X, Y, Z, and you need to follow that. Okay. So people who do the Scrum training, like we have done the Scrum training, next day you can start, okay, implementing Scrum as well in your organization. So it's easier to understand. Okay. It's a cheaper option, okay, from a certification point of view. It only focuses, suppose I do a CSM, it focuses only what the Scrum Master should do. So it doesn't get a holistic view that what he's supposed to do. Sometimes I have talked with Scrum Master, they do not know what agility means. They only do that this needs to be done. And what happens because of this, that you do not inculcate the agile mindset which the organization wants to inculcate and bring agility to the organization. You miss that the main point of doing agile certification. And many times, okay, people have done CSMs, but they practice agile in name only. Okay. So I have seen many organizations who actually do a stand-up meeting, but the controlling authority becomes a project manager. He incidentally is renamed as a Scrum Master. But you're not actually doing the things because you don't know the purpose or the reasoning behind that. Right? The training is also focused on the Scrum Master, and we do not see a major application for the intention it has been done, right? So I think one of the missing points, because I also have done CSM, and the missing point is that why we are doing what we are doing, right? So it is only focused for the Scrum Master, only for the project. It doesn't talk about any organizational agility. It doesn't talk about agility as well. It talks about what you need to do if you're doing an agile project. that takes to a CSM. Okay. Now, Prince 2 as an option, which is a very niche kind of a certification because uh, it's very popular who in companies or in regions where Prince 2 is popular. Okay. And they would like to extend that. Okay. I think it's very similar. I have limited knowledge on Prince 2. I have picked it up from the internet. Okay. uh, but whatever I have researched, okay, it's very similar to CSM, and it applies to the Prince 2 framework and the DSDM practice of Agile. From a certification point of view, I think CSM and Prince 2 are more easier to get. Okay. It's like guaranteed that you will get the certification. Incidentally, before 2012, CSM was called a assessment exam, and it was not a certification exam. And everyone who attended, okay, they were just going through the formality of getting the certificate. But then later they changed, okay, that you need to actually take the exam. But I think it's like a done deal that you will get the certificate, which is not true with safe as well as disciplined agile, right? So even Prince 2 caters to a very specific practice, okay, and rather than doesn't have that open mindset as a disadvantage. It doesn't cater to different situations. Okay. From an employment perspective, okay, it's not very popular uh, across many regions, many companies, and therefore you need to choose where you are from and where you want to go. Like I said, the context, and that would really help to do this. Right. Also, I thought the information uh, is very limited. Okay. The information on Prince 2 is very, very limited. Great. Okay, so that's one of the things. I will answer your chat questions. So I'm going to open for chat, but now what I did, I would like to summarize before I put my 2 cents on the table. Okay, what I started with was that post PMP, there are many options, and certifications is one option, right? Okay, depends whether you want to do a certification, depends on your context, okay, where you are and where you want to. Then we talked about how where is the world going. Okay. It's going the agile way, and therefore we started exploring some agile certifications. And in that agile certification, I explored some 4 top certifications agile with their positives and negatives as what I could have understood and I presented before. Okay. So this is what we have, right? Now, my 2 cents, okay. I think when you say agile, you need to know the purpose behind what you want to do. Okay. It's not about agile, it's about everything in life. Okay. It can't be just that at your level when you want to excel in a project management space. I want you to understand why you're doing a thing, what you're doing, rather than blindly following that. That's point one. The second point is that agile transformation. Suppose you are a do project. No, I just met a company. No, they're 100-year-old company. Okay, and they have a captive IT unit. They wanted to transform themselves into agility. So they approached us. We were talking with them almost for 9 months to a year, and they thought that no, agility is a quick fix. Okay, you implement say a scrum or something, and then things will happen like a go. But when we started talking about this, they realized that it is not only about some methods or tool. It can actually eventually go into an organizational transformation, like a restructuring, hierarchy changes, giving away controlling power, etc. And therefore agile transformation is a slow and steady process. with the ample support from leadership. So understand when you're doing certain things, why we are doing what we are doing, what is scope of we are doing. I think this will really help you guys, okay, to take a decision. Okay, if your objective is for, okay, organizational agility, I think only disciplined, agile, and safe are good choices to do. And it they start from a simple team as well, where adoption is done for a team. So that's a very good choice. But if you're looking for a specific requirement, okay, I want to be a scrum master, there is a need for a scrum master. Okay, there is a need in the organization for a scrum master, and there is a role available right now, I need to fill that, okay, you go for that. Okay, that depends. Okay, uh, I put my bets on disciplined, agile, and safe, because not only that it gives you comprehensive knowledge. Okay, it it gives you the purpose behind what you're doing, and I think it will bring meaning to you, for your team, and for your organization. I see a wide applications using this both. Okay, so out of this four, I will have to choose this two, right? So this is what I have. Okay. Now, if you ask me, we offer all the four. Okay, we offer all the four, and we are okay. I consider ourselves to be leaders in disciplined agile, but we offer all the four. CSM is leader outside in terms of the popularity, and many employers also recruit there. But okay, this is what we have. Okay. Right. Now, there are very interesting questions that all of you had. I was looking into chat, and probably I will try to answer these questions. Okay, one sec. I'm just sorry about putting this. I'm just going to, my screen went off, but I think I'm resharing. Right. Okay. So now you can check your disciplined agile Scrum Master knowledge by visiting this website. Also, I will, okay, request all of you, okay, to join this LinkedIn group. Okay, which will help you to get a lot of knowledge on agility. Okay, and the certification. So this is one of the groups. Okay, this is a disciplined agile group. So no, I will request you to join that. Right. uh, we have the disciplined agile screener Scrum Master training coming in October. Okay, on a Saturday and Sunday, 23rd and 24th October. If you are interested, please let us know. We have a safe training workshop in December 2021. Okay, so if you're interested, let us know. And there are a lot of webinars for you. Okay, you can visit our YouTube, as well as you can visit prothoughtsolution.com for our future webinars, which will feature a lot of topics on different, all these four CSM Prince 2, safe, disciplined agile, as well as PMP, as well as program management, as well as portfolio management, as well as all the things under project management. Right. You can follow us on the Facebook and LinkedIn, and you will get very good reports, announcement, all the things. So follow ProThoughts on that. Okay, that will help you guys. And now I am opening for question and answers. Okay, so there are very nice questions that everyone has, and I'll try to answer each and every question. As I'm answering question, I will request you to, fill the polls, and I will try to give you also the, claim code. Okay, so great. So I'm going to open it for question and answers. For 1 second. Okay, I'm just going through the question and answers. Okay. Okay, great. Okay, so I think one of the questions is program management, why it cannot be a good option after PMP. I think Venu Gopal has asked this. The Sudhanshu has asked this. Oh, so program management is also a learning based method like agility. Okay, there is a webinar we talked about what is the difference between program management and agility. Both are learning based method, and that's what the world is going for too. However, program management is written from a no strategic point of view, and you will see a lot of strategic alignment and talks at a broader level than agility. Agility talks at team level. So if you're talking of you're at a senior leadership level, and where your job is to take the outputs of the project and map it to the strategic objectives of the organization. Strategic objective very simply is profitability or increasing market share, and you want to collate all this and realize benefits. The big thing, it's across the organization. Program management can be a very good option for all of you, who wants to do that. So it's in fact, in my options, post PMP elite certifications, higher certifications after project management remains program management and program portfolio management. So other question from Venugopal: agility has been covered under PMP to a reasonable extent. Now the agility which is covered in PMP, you should hear my another webinar which is PMP versus DA. And in this, the agility which is covered in PMP is limited, to your, like, it's more or less similar to CSM. Okay, very well similar. It is not gives you that organizational agility. So if you want to build your career in agility, you will not get into the PMP, right? So that's where you need to make a choice. I would insist that you go into PMP versus DA, and you'll get the differences between agility and PMP. Okay, although I agree that PMP has now a lot of agility coming into play. Right. Then there is Alexandro, has asked a very nice question: how to struggle with the idea about Scrum Master versus a PMP. I am from Costa Rica, where employees prefer a Scrum Master above PMP, especially on salary. Even they pay a PMP as a Scrum Master. Right. Okay. So that's what I think. As the world is going, Alessandro, towards agility, the Scrum Master probably would see kind of a pivotal role. I think most of the project managers will try to build that competency of Scrum Master, and that's what I'm saying. The Scrum Master will also undergo a little change. The project manager role also will merge into a Scrum Master, over a period of time. Okay, uh, although currently both have different competencies. Okay, one major difference between a Scrum Master and the project manager is a very controlling freak. Okay, he owns the project, he owns the accountability, which Scrum Master actually doesn't do that. Okay, and therefore, that's a fundamental difference when it comes to doing the project. Yeah, sure. Thanks, Joaquin. Okay, I will send you the by whoever has left. We will send eventually the claim code through the emails. Okay, so you will get it. So don't worry about that. There were other questions from your question and answer, which is more valued in the IT market: PGMP or PMI's DA or SAFE certifications. Uh, like I said, MSP comes from Axelos, which is very limited to the region and to specific companies. But I think from a PGMP and MSP, I would place my bet on PGMP because it has a wider application, wider employability, and etc. I think conceptually both will be the same. Okay. Between disciplined agile and safe certification, Surya, I tried to give the differences. It's up to you to make a choice. We offer both, and there are many companies who offer both. The other question was, in case of fixed price projects with RFP, going for agile with multiple iterations will lead to more efforts, time, cost to complete the entire scope. Is that true? Not really, Surya, because when you go with, okay, no, no, when procurement and we are doing agile project, there will be different types of contracts that you will actually exercise. And I think the way procurement is done will also change, and it is already changing in the market. Okay. So I think it will be more outcome based and it will be more result oriented rather than on time and efforts. So I think contracting will change, okay, over a period of time. Other question was, can we pick directly DAC or DBAC without DSSM? No, the DSSM is a prerequisite to do the master level certifications of a DAC or the DBAC. DSSM training and SAFE are completely two different things, so we will not do that. Anuj is asking regarding disciplined agile, it does the agility to the organization, but it requires the penetration to the decision making body of org. Then how would a project manager can do the changes after doing disciplined agile? Okay, Anuj, sorry, I could not get your question. Regarding disciplined agile, does the agility, or but it requires a penetration decision making. So you are saying that, okay, what I understood is there should be a decision making body who takes the decision for the organization. Okay, but not sure if my question or I'm ready. So I didn't completely understood your question, but I will try to answer. Discipline agile, the team who is doing the work, there are different roles for a top management, for the middle management and the workers. That's true for every organization. And there are teams who are doing the work, okay, to achieve the outcomes in the organization. Okay. So the decision making body, there would be governance body, okay, there would be some governance, there would be approvals within the organization. Okay, project manager may not be as a role relevant in the discipline agile, right? You need a scrum master because that's how the role is. Okay, so project manager, if he will be doing a project on a waterfall, okay, that method in the organization which is discipline agile. So discipline agile also provides an option to do waterfall as well if that situation is relevant in that organization. So like I said, it leverages all the practices and gives you options as per your context. So maybe I'm not answered your question in its entirety because probably I didn't get it to the in the right way. Okay, right. I hope this, okay, a little bit of knowledge or my insights, my context has helped you, okay, and given you some insights about different certifications available to you as a PMP certified professional. Okay. If you have any questions, you can put it to info@prothoughts.co.in or can call at this number. We'll be happy to help you. So if there are no questions, okay, thank you so much for being there and endorsing us. And no, thank you for your questions and answer. I hope it was a somewhat enlightening session for you. And have a good night. Thank you so much. And I see you, okay, some other time. Okay, a warm namaste from me, from India to all of you. Thank you.